So Lee Corso already has a crowd of 83,000 fired up after his pick in what easily qualifies as the ACC Game of the Year. We're in Death Valley at Clemson Memorial Stadium in a game that matches the ACC's divisional leaders. It's Georgia Tech on a 5-game win streak. The Yellow Jackets ranked 13th against the number 12 Clemson Tigers at 6-1. Clemson, of course, very explosive in their own right. They're averaging almost 44 points a game. That leads the country in scoring, and they do it with that great ground game.
Yeah, they run the football very well. There's only 3 teams run it better in college football: West Virginia and a couple teams that run the option in Navy and Air Force. They got an experienced physical offensive line and a pair of outstanding tailbacks that share time in the backfield. James Davis, the sophomore, is the workhorse, the leading rusher in the ACC. C.J. Spiller is the lightning bolt. He's the guy with the great speed who's averaging nearly 7 yards every time he touches the football at the tailback position.
And for the first time since 1939, and only the second time ever, the Clemson Tigers come out wearing all purple. Davis, straight up the middle, breaking tackles down to the 42.
Well, they ran right over Chris McDuffie that play, so he must be pretty good himself.
Must be. Davis again, straight up the gut one more time. Georgia Tech crowding that line again, and Davis goes straight through the middle and off to the races. 30. And shoved out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Gary Guyton saved the touchdown.
He's the guy replacing Roman Fry, and he's going to be the guy that gets the key block. Nice block in the linebacker. Good block by Grisham, the wide receiver, downfield. And James Davis.
2 tight ends in the lineup. Davis to the 6, first down. Power formation. Davis shakes a tackle. Touchdown.
Boy, how about this kid's toughness?
He ran right through D.J. Jones, who basically whiffed.
To get 2 key blocks, and then James Davis has to do the rest. See, right here, James Davis has to beat one guy. He got 2 blocks, then he has to beat the last guy. Excellent goal line run by James Davis.
And Davis ended up landing on that shoulder again in the end zone on the touchdown run. Early second quarter. James Davis with the shoulder pads off. They are working on that left shoulder area. Davis being re-equipped after they worked on that left shoulder.
Well, we could see that he was certainly in pain and didn't look completely right. And on that drop back, I don't think Reggie Ball looked completely right either. With the hip injury, he kind of wanted to take off and hobble out of there before he really had to.
And that was a 4th down play. They turn it over on downs. Clemson gets it back. Spiller off the right side, makes the first man miss and picks up 7.
Not sure Chan Gailey knows what it was either.
Great field position for Clemson. And Davis off to the races. Great use of a blocker. 15, cuts back to the 12. 30 yards on the run for Davis.
Well, we talked about the courage of James Davis being part of the big story in the first half. He's back in there, sore left shoulder and all. Excellent job running in there. Now 119 yards on his 12th carry. And almost all of his damage has been done running right up the middle. A couple turnovers in the wrong spot here in the second half could get Georgia Tech back in the game.
1st and 20. They'll give it to Spiller. And Spiller with that speed, if he goes outside, I think he had another 10 yards, maybe more.
You know, he's just one of those guys that you kind of hold your breath when he gets the ball because he has that ability, that speed to go coast to coast.
And they are already without 2 of their top 3 receivers as they go for the first down here.
They've got 2 tight ends, and it's more the inside power game that has been effective for them in the running game.
And you saw those running numbers, and that is with Georgia Tech coming in at one of the best teams against the run in the country. Nothing like a Saturday night in Baton Rouge, huh? Spiller.
Boy, they're gashing him right now.
Yes, they are. Davis, the tailback. Look at the hole. James Davis to the 50.
Well, they outman him a little bit with a couple extra guys, and then watch right here. Look at that hole. The more they get that defense to run against the zone, the more the creases open up. They cover up everybody with blocks.
Davis, bad shoulder and all, 15 carries, 148 yards. And he's doing it against a really good rush defense. Spiller, what a cut! Good night! One cut, one missed tackle, and it was over. 50 yards for Spiller.
Watch these two blockers. The left guard is Brandon Pilgrim, and watch the senior center, Dustin Fry. Dustin Fry comes off that block and gets a block right on Philip Wheeler in the hole. And that's all that C.J. Spiller needed was one more block to make his cut into the secondary. And then nobody's going to catch him once he gets to that point. The guard and the center worked together, came off on the block, and Spiller took it.
USA Today All-American, a parade All-American, a sprint champion, and he is gone. Davis and Spiller are in there together, which spreads the field a little more, and they've been able to find some gaps in the running game with this. Proctor under pressure out in the flat. Spiller makes a move, needs to get the first down. There we go! Spiller, 50 yards!
Are you kidding me?
K. Michael Hall and Kenny Scott thought they had him, and they didn't. They didn't even touch him. There's two of those tonight.
And that's two of the best players on this Georgia Tech defense. Watch C.J. Spiller just freeze these two seniors. K. Michael Hall, see ya. Kenny Scott, goodbye.
Oh.
Wow. He's lightning. K. Michael Hall is an outstanding player. No chance. Well, he's like lightning. I mean, James Davis is thunder. He's power and got good speed. This guy has incredible speed. Look at that second half.
He has made two fakes tonight that are world class.
And you might wonder how Clemson, who already had sophomore James Davis, might have gotten him. Well, what they did is James Davis helped recruit Spiller. He said, hey, look, Auburn had two backs with Williams and Brown a couple years ago. Reggie Bush and Lindell White. We need a 1-2 punch. So Spiller came.
It has been diagnosed as a stinger, so he doesn't have a, which is a pinched nerve, so he doesn't have a nothing broken, nothing separated. There goes Davis again.
Oh, my God.
Look at this. Stiff arm inside the 5. K. Michael Hall couldn't make the tackle, and he went for 54 yards. What a running game they've thrown up tonight.
It's the cut back off the zone. You get that defense moving, and you get it back with vision and let him find the space. The key to the zone, get that defense moving and let the back find a seam. And when you got a back with this kind of power and balance and strength.
Second and goal. Here goes Davis. Student body right. Touchdown. Capote and Bennett pulled and led. Back at Clemson, South Carolina, and here is tonight's storyline presented by Honda Ridgeline. And what a storyline. Davis, 216 yards rushing. Spiller, 116. And the All-American and Heisman Trophy candidate, no catches. None. The two guys acting in tandem at tailback was how they sold Spiller on coming here. And boy, the sales job has paid off.
And again, just the complete team effort in this game.
Now the crowd counts it down. It is over. The Clemson Tigers with a huge win over Georgia Tech. Let's go to Holland.
Well, guys, it's the first time in school history, two bats, one went over 200, the other over 100. Who's thunder and who's lightning?
I'm thunder, he lightning. Lightning faster than thunder. That's the guy right there, baby.
James, you were playing with an injured left shoulder. Why did you keep playing in this game?
I know I got a lot of people back at home, you know, they're expecting me to play. I know I was injured last year with a wrist injury, and I knew, you know, when I come into this game, there was nothing going to hold me back. I knew I had to come with everything I got.
CJ, you came alive in the third and fourth quarter. What was working for you?
The offensive line, first of all, they opened the holes up for me, and I was just able to make a couple guys miss. And Will partner on the pass, he had a check down to me. And I was again make a couple guys miss, and I was able to just make a big play for our team.
James helped recruit you. He said you could be a 1-2 punch. Did you believe him, and how's that working?
Yes, ma'am. I believe him the whole time. I believe the coaches when they came and recruited me and said that we can be the 1-2 punch. He's a great running back. I've been learning a whole lot after him, and it's gonna be a fun season for the rest of the year.
All right, congratulations, guys. Thunder and Lightning getting it done tonight.
Thank you.
Holly, some performance by those guys this evening. The final score, Clemson 31, Georgia Tech 7. SportsCenter is coming up next over on ESPN News at Postgame Extra. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For our producer, Bo Garrett, our director, Scott Johnson, Todd Blackledge, and Holly Rowe, and our entire crew, this is Mike Patrick. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good night from Clemson.